Shalom. I'm going to give all praise, Yahbashim, Yahbashim, Rakakadash, honors to the elders, men in truth on down, like-minded ones who teach this truth of knowledge, so we're able to learn this truth of knowledge. That the Wadi Yahbashim Yahshua put in the spirit of elders, apostles, men in truth on down, like-minded ones, so we can able learn this truth of knowledge, so we can learn this truth of knowledge, and call all you Yahbashim, Yahbashim, Rakakadash. Give all praise, Yahbashim, Yahbashim, Rakakadash. The fear of the Lord. Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So, the fool, which is the wicked, the fools, they're going to despise the wisdom and instruction. The wisdom and the instructions, man. The instruction goes to edifying, teaching, and building, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So, fear the Lord, I'm going to read some scriptures on down to kind of complement with that one. Let's continue on. Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. There's a scripture in Job 28, man. The part of evil is understanding. You know what I mean? That's in there. We'll read that one as well, man. Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogance. These are the things the Lord hates, man. An evil way and a froward mouth which goes the contrary do I hate. Matthew 10:28. And fear not, which can kill the body, but fear that are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, man. So the Lord is capable of doing both, man. You know what I mean? He created spirits. Scripture talks about he created spirits for vengeance, man. The Lord created the spirits. And he created the spirits to put on into those vessels, into whatever respective vessel he chose, man. But he created the spirits, and he created the vessel, which are the flesh that those spirits are going to go into, man. So fear one, the one who can kill the body and soul, man. Scripture talks about it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living God. That's Hebrews 10:31. Sirach 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. So hear the whole matter out. Fear God. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You know what I mean? Proverbs 1:7. So that fear, man. That fear also goes to obedience, man. Better to obey than sacrifice, man. Part of that fear is part of that obedience, man. Obedience goes to obey. And the fear, we're relating to that, man. That's why you see certain men in the truth doing certain things regarding prophesizing, doing certain things, man. It goes to fear, goes to obedience, and it goes to the action. 12:13. Let's get that. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty to man. Whole duty man ultimately is fearing the Lord, keeping his commandments. If you love me, keep my commandments, man. The part of that love is fearing and obeying him, man. You know what I mean? As a collective, we haven't done that, of course. A deeper aspect that we wouldn't do that, you know, because certain things have to be fulfilled in the sequence and role of prophecy. But ultimately, we always supposed to have fear. We always supposed to obey. And we always supposed to do the Lord's commandments. That never changed, regardless by default or otherwise. That always supposed to be. You know what I mean? So the whole duty of man is fear God, keep his commandments. That's the whole duty of man. That's Ecclesiastes 12:13. Job 28:28. Into man, he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. That goes to Proverbs 1:7. The wisdom is what? The knowledge, understanding. And to depart from evils, understanding. So that's the wisdom, man. That's the wisdom. That's Job 28:28. Psalms 33:8. Let all the earth fear the Lord, and all the earth will fear the Lord, especially when they see what's to come from another dimension, another realm to this realm, man. Let all the earth fear God, fear the Lord, Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. So that's what they're going to do, stand in awe. That's the inhabitants, oikomeni, the inhabitants of the earth, man. Proverbs 14:27, the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. So it's the fountain of life, that waters of life. The real waters is what? This truth and knowledge, man. So that pertains to the fountains of life, man. Let me see. Proverbs 14 and I'll read 26 again. And the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge, which goes to that safety and protection. And the fear of the Lord is that fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death, man. So that strong confidence, man, goes to the hope, the faith, they believe in. But the refuge goes to the safety and security, man. Scripture talks about the angels are encamped. Angels are camped around them that fear them. You know, 34:7 of Psalms. Deuteronomy 10:12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear? So what does the Lord expect from you? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, to serve the Lord all thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul. Scripture talks about fear the Lord. Let me say, love thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul. This is the first and greatest commandment. Second is love thy neighbor as thyself. I used to memorize that. That's the greatest of these commandments, man. You know what I mean? Point is, 10 and 12, man. Walk in the ways, his statutes. Love him. Part of that love is what? Going fearing him and obeying him, man. Serve him, the whole duty of man, 12 and 13. With all thy heart, with all thy mind, with all thy soul, man. You know what I mean? So, that's 10 and 12 of Deuteronomy. And one day as a collective, Israel will do that, man. But right now it starts with the remnant, working to the best of their abilities. You know what I mean? And that remnant goes to that small amount, man. It really is the elect. Because the Lord is dealing with the elect. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Is really the elect, man. That's the Lord's coming back for. That's why that scripture talks about for the world to come is for a few. A few is the very small amount. You know, so it's not for a lot of the populace, in a matter of speaking. Go to let me go back to 1:11 and 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Going to Psalms 1 and 7. Proverbs 1 and 7. Job 28 and 28, for example. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever, man. That's the whole duty of man, man. 12:13, man. Psalms 25 and 14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, for his secrets are given to the prophets. Scripture talks about his secrets are given to the prophets. Amos 3 and let me see something. 3 and I think 7. Let's see. Surely the Lord will do nothing but reveal of his secrets into his servants, the prophets. The dark allegorical sayings, the dark hidden messages, the hidden texts, they're given to the prophets, man. Ecclesiastes 30, Ecclesiastes, Sirach, let me just do that, Sirach 37, I think, or 39. Get it from KJV. 39 and 24. His ways are plain into the holy. Who's the holy? That's the ones who understand. That's who the seekers are given to, man. So they are a stumbling block to the wicked. So his ways is plain into the holy, but a stumbling block to the wicked. So everybody else is going to be a stumbling block. It's going to be an obstacle. It's going to be a hindrance, man. Let's go back to where we're at. Proverbs 3:7. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. So we'll go back a few verses. So it talks about trusting in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. He shall direct thy path. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil, man. So it's really about the understanding wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Yashah, not our own, man. Go back to Psalms 86 and 11. Teach me thy way, O Lord. I will walk in thy truth. Unite my heart to fear thy name, which is the mind. So relating to doing certain things, learn this truth, walking in the statutes, walking in the ways, beginning to for he must increase, I must decrease, relating to John 3 and 30, I believe. So we have to change, man. Convert goes to that change, man. And his mercy is on them that fear him from generation to generation, man. The ones who fear him, man. So they all have mercy for him. Psalms 34. Let me go to 7 and I'll read down to 9. The angel of the Lord encamp round about them that fear him and deliver them. That's the ones that fear him. Starting with the elect, the hopeful elect. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. Trust goes of faith, man. Scripture talks about without trust, it's difficult to please him. Let's believe he is the rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Faith is the evidence of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. You know what I mean? 11:1, 11:6 of Hebrews, man. Fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear. So go back to 41. Isaiah 41. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with thy right hand of righteousness. So it's about trust and having faith. Scripture talks about, for the Lord gives us not the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1 and 7, man. Scripture talks about wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation. To fear the Lord is his treasure. Isaiah 33 and 6, man. 19 and 23. The fear of the Lord tendeth to life, and he that have it shall abide satisfied. So the life is this truth of knowledge, man. That's the life. These living fountain of living waters, man. He shall not visit with evil, as long as we don't go contrary to that. Otherwise, we're going to be visited by evil, man. You know what I mean? 19 and 23. Philippians 2 and 13. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. So, in the absence, when no one's watching, in the matter of speaking, but the eyes of the Lord 10,000 times brighter than the sun are always watching, but not, so much more when the Lord is not in present, but more when he's so much more when the Lord is not present, man. That we have to do what we have to do and work out. Scripture talks about work out our own salvation with fear and tremble, man. That's what that goes to. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more absent, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. Scripture talks about study to show thyself approved. What's the other one? Study to show thyself approved. Scripture talks about being fully persuaded as well, man. So that's very important, man. Being fully convinced and persuaded is being convinced that certain things are what they are. For it is God who worketh in you both to will and do of his good pleasure, man. So work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Let me get that. Study to show thyself approved. There we go. To show thyself approved. Oh, scripture talks about another one, Shalak. What is that? I just thought of it. It slipped my mind. Shalak. Study to show thyself approved unto God, and a workman that needeth not be ashamed. So you need not to be ashamed regarding this, man. Study to show thyself approved, building, that goes to edification. Studying, building, teach, edifying, building up, eventually teaching, Lord willing, man. So studying through the scriptures of knowledge, building up, the instruction, the edification, instruction, and also leads to teaching, man, Lord willing, if it do. And the workman that needeth not to be ashamed regarding this truth of knowledge, and rightly dividing the word of truth. Understanding relating to the building and edification relating to through the spirit of Yahweh Shemeshah regarding this truth of knowledge, dividing between what needs to be as far as this word, man. You know what I mean? Call in your election sure. There we go. So, study and show thyself approved. Work your salvation with fear and trembling. And most of all, this one, 2 Peter's 1 and 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Part of that is this truth of knowledge. Some of this truth of knowledge that goes with the studying, that goes with the fearing, working through the spirit of Yahweh Shemeshah, building up. You know what I mean? Making your election sure, your faith, works. All these are the conglomerates of relating to this truth of knowledge, man. So we'll read that again. Wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence And diligence must be persistent, man. Persistent and consistent, man. To make your calling and election sure, man. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail, man. So calling to make your election sure. First of all, you have to be fully persuaded, man. Let me get that. Fully persuaded. Let me see. And the Lord has to put the spirit on you of understanding, man. Because that scripture talks about, for his ways are made plain to the holy, but a stumbling block to the wicked, man. To the majority of the populace is not given to, man. Scripture talks about for his you to know the mysteries, but it's for his you to know the mysteries, but to them is not given, in a matter of speaking, man. So the Lord gave the mysteries to a certain people, you know what I mean, to a selective people, but the majority has to be speaking in parables for them to try to understand it, you know what I mean. So let me see. There you go, fully persuaded. Romans 4:21, and being fully persuaded that what we had promised, he was able also to perform. And there it was imputed to him for righteous. And now it was not written for his sake alone, but it was imputed to him. Let me say that's right. Okay, 14:5. One man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So you have to be fully persuaded in your own mind, man. Regarding to believe, man, that this is what the truth and this is what it is, man. So no one can make you do that. That's between that person and Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. And that being said, this was something short, but the purpose is the fear of the Lord, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of what? Go back to Proverbs again. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding is truth and knowledge. 3. To receive instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, equity. 4. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. That's this truth and knowledge. 5. A wise man will hear and will increase. So it's regarding this truth and knowledge, he will increase and learn. And a man of understanding shall obtain into wise counsel. The wise counsel is the ones the Lord put that spirit into, to teach, to prophesize, you know what I mean, a counselor, the prophets, man. To understand a proverb and an interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. All right, to the mysteries of the scriptures, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction, and majority gonna despise fools gonna despise his wisdom and knowledge, man. But the ones who fear that's the beginning. And that part of that fear of the Lord is humility, man. Humility is part of that, man. You know what I mean? Before honor is humility, as scripture says, man. They rebuketh at the gates. They hate them that rebuketh at the gates, man. The scripture talks about because their deeds were evil, man. So they hate them. They hate the light because what? Their deeds were wicked and evil. So they're going to despise relating to the wisdom and the instruction, man. So that's majority of the populace, man. That's this movie anyway. This is the Yahweh Shem Yeshua's movie. So that's how it is, man. Hope this helps. This relates to fear God and fear the Lord. The beginning of fear of the Lord is wisdom and understanding, man. That being said, I hope this helps. This is Ayah Wolf. I want to give all praise. Yahweh Shem Yeshua, Shem Rakakadash. I hope this helps. Ayah Wolf Shalom.